And we're back with some more New York Rangers franchise mode in FHM 11. And in this one, we are starting the offseason of year number 5 after a disappointing playoff loss to the Ottawa Senators, who once again kicked us out, this time in the 3rd round. So we made it a little bit further, but unfortunately Ottawa just very good, as last year obviously they had 58 wins, the year before they had 60, and it doesn't look like their roster is going to get worse anytime soon, as they still have a very capable team with most of their key players being younger than 30. So it's going to be a task to beat them for sure. Could we be better in goal? Yeah, absolutely. But we all know how goaltenders are in this game, and Luukkonen for us was actually not that bad last year. He did have a .904 save percentage, so he was slightly below the league average. But at the same time, we also saw that he was capable of stealing games, and he actually did that for us several times for what I remember. During the playoffs, when he had a .905, his save percentage really took a hit from the Ottawa series, especially in that last game where I believe it was a 7 goals against. But for the most part, I don't really feel a need to upgrade anywhere else. You know, we already have a stud defenseman. We have a solid first D pair in Fox and Dunn, and then you have the good second D pair in Bachvist and either Miller or Väisänen, and then the third pair is Lundqvist, and then one of either Miller or Väisänen, whoever isn't on the second pair. And then of course you have Dylan LeBray, who's up and coming, but he's only a 2-star ability, and he did not stay on the team full time last year. Only 14 games played, 2 points, got sent down to the AHL, where he didn't do too bad, 18 points in 61 games played, minus 19, but he did have a 69 grade, and that can, I'm assuming, be attributed to his defensive play, since his offense wasn't really that good. So we're going to give him the chance this year. But what I do want to do is we're going to go out to free agency and sign somebody. However, it's only going to be a rental player. And when I mean rental player, genuinely just 1 year with this guy. Because when we take a look at the contracts that we have coming up next year, you have Ratcliffe, who currently I believe is making 2.95. He wants 5.8 and a no trade clause on his extension. And then you have Tomek, who is currently making the bare minimum, I believe. Yeah. And then he wants 4.1 for 3 years. And then you have Hedel, who is making 6.35. He's probably going to want a little bit more as well. Yeah, he wants 8 mil. And then Vince Dunn has been really good for us over the years, so I would like to extend him if possible, although I get the feeling he's probably going to want a little bit more as well. Yeah, 8.7. There's no way we're going to be able to sign all those guys while also getting someone out of this free agency who's going to be here long term, right? So it's just going to be a 1-year deal, specifically a 1-year deal for the veteran defenseman Roman Josi. He's 39 years of age, so it's not like he's really going to be around too much longer in the league anyway. He's a 3.5-star ability still. Last year in total, he had 41 points between Vegas and Buffalo, and at his 67 grade, so he's clearly still capable of playing even at his age. I mean, sure, he's declining, but again, he's not going to be around for long anyway. And also what this does is it gives us the opportunity to send LeBray down if he's not ready, right? So if I don't want to rush LeBray into the lineup, if he's truly not playing well defensively in the lineup, this gives us a excellent option on defense. And who knows, he could even slot in there potentially on the first defensive pair, depending on how he plays, as a 3.5-star ability. And if LeBray is ready, then we could just flip Josi, right? So I think this would be a really good signing for us. So we're going to offer him a contract. He wants 2 years. I'm going to offer him 1, and then I will increase his offer to 6.5 for 1 year. And he is very much in favor of that offer. We will submit that to him. Hopefully he accepts. And that is really just about it for free agency, because if we had gone up against any other team, any other team but Ottawa, I guarantee you we would have had a good chance at the cup, especially with the way we were playing leading up to the Ottawa series. And even at the start of the Ottawa series, we were playing so well. We were up 2-0 at first, right? So I thought, everything was going well. It looked like the team was gonna just blow through everybody. And then all of a sudden Ottawa went and did Ottawa things and took us out. So I'm hoping that the potential addition of Josi could help out our defensive core a little bit more, especially while Mr. LeBray grows. And hopefully that'll push us over the hump that is Ottawa. Although, to be honest, I think it really comes down to how goaltending does this year. It's going to come down to Luukkonen, and if he's able to steal some games, especially in the playoffs. Because we know he's capable of playing for us in the regular season, but obviously playoffs is when it really matters. So we're going to go ahead here to the draft order announcement, and we'll see if Josi signs. Ooh. Are you saying Pittsburgh one-upped us? What did they offer? I offered you that, didn't I? Huh? I offered you more. Why is he? Is it the bonuses? Is he? Even so, isn't that good? Like, doesn't he just benefit from that? What? I don't understand what's going on here. Like, if this is what you want, sure, but this is I already gave you a better offer. And it's not like you're asking for 2 years anymore either. He's asking for 1 year now. Like, I don't know what else you want here. I'll give you a little bit more. I'll give you 6.55. How's that? Plus the bonuses. Ask for a response. Submit off. All right, we'll see what he says now. And now time for the draft lottery. You have at number 16 Vegas, followed up by Chicago, Columbus, Colorado, Detroit, Toronto, Pittsburgh, Winnipeg, Colorado again, San Jose, St. Louis, Tampa, the Islanders, the Panthers, and at number 1 will be Edmonton, followed up by Anaheim. All right, time for the draft. We do have a 4.5-star potential available in this draft. Alex Durant, projected to be picked 22, so that's a bit puzzling. He had 35 points in 55 games played last year. 69 grade. What about his personality? Tends to disappear when the pressure is on. Okay, I mean, I guess I can understand, at least to some extent, why he was rated like he was. All right, well, it's not really any matter to us unless we want to trade for that pick, for the first overall pick to get Durant, but that's going to take one heck of a package if we're going to be doing that. Like, he could be a great replacement for Fox once Fox moves on, but it's a matter of that pick is going to be quite the package if we do somehow manage to get the first overall pick from Edmonton. I cannot imagine this is going to be anything short of something that I'm not willing to do. Jeez, I included Artamanov just to see what happens, and I'm not willing to move Artamanov, and they still are not willing to move this pick. So that is absolutely not happening as I thought. So with that being said, let's sim the first overall pick and see who Edmonton takes. That will be Leroy Martin, who is at a half-star ability, 4-star potential. So next you have Anaheim, Florida, the Islanders. I just want to see if we can get lucky with any of these picks here. To be fair, Anaheim might be our best shot because their current outlook is balanced and their outlook for next season is win now, at least according to this. So if we could possibly get Anaheim's pick, wait, actually, is this their pick from Minnesota or is this their own? 34, 45, and 3. Yeah, this is probably their own pick. Let's see, Minnesota. Oh no. Please don't freeze. Please don't freeze. Okay. Going very slow. All right, there we go. Why is it taking so long? Is it because I'm on the history page and there's like a lot of data load? Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. All right. Minnesota history. Yeah, that's probably Anaheim's own pick. So we'll get Anaheim's pick on there. Jeez, look at this package that I just offered for fun. Ryabkin, Tomek, Artamanov, the rights to Venberg, and our first, and they're still not taking this. Yeah, I mean, trading for any pick in the top 5, I would imagine is going to be very hard without the right assets. So that is a no-go as well. Let's see who they take. Alex Durant goes to the Anaheim Ducks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get him. I just figured I'd try because coming across prospect defensemen like this does not happen often, it seems. So it would have been nice to get him, but oh well. All right, now we'll simulate up to our pick and see who is available for us. Oh boy, so we're at pick number 30 here. You have Fedotov, who looks to be the last 1-star ability and 2.5-star potential. Controversy will follow. No thanks. Yeah, I think Riker Kessler's got to be the pick here. Half-star ability, 2.5-star potential. He's got some really well-rounded ratings, and I like that about him compared to most of these other prospects who have either low physical categories or low mental categories. And last season, he had 71 points in 59 games played in the NAHL, 69 grade. And the year before that, 77 grade, 72 points in 38 games played. He looks like a pretty good pick here. And also apparently a 3-time Stanley Cup champion with the Ottawa Senators, apparently, of 2027-28. And he's not even in the league yet. So that is very attractive as a GM. So I will be taking Riker Kessler. Welcome to the New York Rangers. All right, in the second round now, pick number 62. You have one 2.5-star player left. That's the goaltender Pasi Moilanen. He looks like he's going to be a project. And if he's on your roster, controversy will follow, of course. Yeah, this draft is abysmal, to be honest. Yeah, Durant really was the only player I was interested in this draft. Actually, you know what? Let me just, I just want to see, I'm not going to do this, but I just want to see the difference in trade value between the second overall pick and Durant, the rights to Durant. So let's say a 1st-round pick for next year and the rights to Venberg. Jeez, that's it. Hold on, let me see. Let's see just how much it takes. Like, let's decrease the offer a bit. They even take a second, a third. Yep, they would take a third. What about a 6th? Oh my gosh. Oh man, Yeah, this game. I mean, Venberg is a good prospect. Don't get me wrong. He's very good. He's got that 4-star potential, 1.5-star ability, that 19 getting open. So he's a very good prospect. But the fact that I included him plus a first plus Artamanov plus two other really good assets. I think Tomek was in there, and was it Ryabkin? They still didn't accept that, so it's just it is very perplexing to me that with how trade value works in this game. Oh, are you kidding me? Seriously, Yossi? 7 point. So I don't know what was going on there, but apparently we got bamboozled by Roman Yossi, and again, I thought I offered enough, but I don't know what was going on there. I guess we're out on Yossi. That's unfortunate. And is there anybody who we could sign instead? Ooh, Girard, Samuel Girard. I'm liking the look of his physical category, especially speed, acceleration, and agility. Team player at 18 as well. Positioning at 16. He looks like the type of player who I would definitely want to sign, but it's a matter of what does he want? Okay, that's not bad. Effectively 6 mil for 2 years. I could probably take him down to 1 year. And even if I can't, we could always just trade him after this year. So let's see what we can do for Girard. I'll take him to 6.65 for 1 year. See what he says about that. He still wants the 2 years. I'll go a little bit more. 6.85 for 1 year. All right, that'll work. And submit that offer, see what he says. Oh, and that is an instant sign. He signed it 1 day after. So welcome to the Rangers, Samuel Girard, who last season had 27 points and a 62 grade in 49 games played. And the year before, 48 points in 76 games played at 64 grades. So he seems very consistent. And I can't wait to see what he can do as a member of our team. He is a right defenseman, but he is a lefty. So that makes up for not getting Yossi because Yossi was a lefty. So that means we now have 4 lefties and 4 righties. Dunn is a lefty. Miller's a lefty, Väisänen's a lefty, Lundqvist is a righty, Bachfus is a righty, Fox is a righty, LeBray is a righty, and then Girard is a lefty. So yeah, that works out perfectly. And I think that is the only signing we are going to do, as we are now at 85.5. I want to have a little bit of wiggle room just in case we need to do anything. And then for right now, we'll send down LeBray so that we're at 23. And so I think with that, we can advance to the Hall of Fame inductions. And into the Hockey Hall of Fame this year are Jaromir Jagr, Marc-Andre Fleury, Teppo Numminen, and Ryan Suter. So it's kind of surprising that Jagr only just got in. I wonder if this is his first year of eligibility. Actually, I think it was, because I don't think I saw him. I'm pretty sure this is the first year I saw him on the ballot. Obviously, I voted for him, but I don't think I saw him on any previous years. So that's interesting, despite the fact that he last played in 2023-24, and we're now in 2029 heading into 2030. I mean, maybe I'm just misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that this was the first year that Jagr was on the ballot. All right, we are at the end of the preseason, and here is our roster heading into year number 6 with your New York Rangers. You have in goal Luukkonen and Schmid. On defense, you have Fox, Bachfus, Dunn, Miller, Väisänen, Lundqvist, and Girard. At forward, you have Nadeau, Artamanov, Ratcliffe, Hedel, Kakko, Sodarian, Suoniemi, Yeko, Tomek, Fiala, Ryabkin, Marinochkin, Geeky, and Soto. So Denton Matachuk here is on waivers. 25 years of age, good contract, only 1 year contract with 1.24. 3-star ability. Last year he had 50 points on the season at a 66 grade. And the year before that he had 42 and also a 66 grade. So he's really consistent. I'm assuming at least decent defensively. And I'm really highly considering him right now. The game has him listed as defensive defenseman as well, at least according to his major role. Let's see what his best stat in terms of his role ratings. Yeah, it looks like he's more of an offensive defenseman. Point shooter at 15 and rushing defenseman at 15. Honestly, I like our defensive core. I think the only one I would replace is, ironically enough, Girard. So let me compare him to Matachuk. Matachuk's a little bit better defensively, but even then, not with hitting. He is slightly better offensively. Physically, however, Girard is much faster than Matachuk. However, Matachuk has the balance and strength advantages. And then mentally, team player is higher for Girard. Determination is higher for Matachuk. And then Matachuk is 6 years younger as well. I mean, we could get a third back for Girard, but I would hate to trade him before he even plays a game for us when on my way to sign him. I guess maybe I could consider trading Miller, but he's a good hitter, so I'd like to keep him around. And the only reason I'm considering him is because of his hefty contract at 7.1. Because when you go back to the comparison between Miller and Matachuk, Matachuk is actually better physically. And in terms of mentally, he's basically neck and neck with Miller and even better in some aspects. And then he's overall better offensively as well. But even in the defensive category, the only areas where Miller really stands out compared to Matachuk is hitting and then checking to an extent, but even checking on Matachuk is 15. So it's really just a matter of Miller's the better hitter, but that's about it. But I'm also thinking in terms of the future here, right? Because Matachuk is 4 years younger and he's also far less expensive. So this is certainly something I am thinking about. I mean, again, I would hate to move Girard so soon after acquiring him, but I was not expecting to find someone like Matachuk on waivers, especially with how good he is offensively, that 50 points last year. So where would he be in our lineup? I mean, he would probably be second pair if I had to guess. He'd probably be Dunn and Fox and then Bachvist and Matachuk. So I think another thing we have to consider is how well would he mesh with Bachvist? I don't think too well, considering that Bachvist isn't really much of a hitter or checker either. Because at least right now he has Väisänen on his left. And Väisänen, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Väisänen is definitely a hitter. Overall, though, Matachuk is pretty enticing. It's just that I like our current defensive core, though. Yeah, if the circumstances were different, I would definitely like Matachuk. But I think for right now, I really like our defensive core the way it is. So we're just gonna go ahead here. It's a shame too. Like if he was on waivers any other time, like if we had a couple major injuries right now, let's say. Obviously, I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But if we were in a situation where that was the case, then I would absolutely snap up Matachuk. But right now, I just don't think it's in the cards. So we're going to go ahead and start the regular season. Oh, speaking of which, Keandre Miller is now injured at 1%. And of course, it's indefinite. Wow. Matachuk couldn't have waited until September 28th to be on waivers, couldn't he? Okay, I don't know what kind of powers I have there, but that was not my fault. I did not manifest that injury in any way. I'm sorry. Then again, my computer probably hurt me through my mic or something. I don't know what happened there, but I'm so sorry, Keandre Miller. That is not what I intended to do there, if that is indeed the case of what happened. But yeah, that is a ruptured UCL for him. He is out presumably for the season. Yeah, 6 months. That is right up until the playoffs. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Of course, couldn't have waited one more day to be on waivers. I was not anticipating my prophecy to come true so soon. Oh man. Okay, yeah, that figures. Actually, since Matachuk had to clear waivers, I'm assuming he got picked up, right? He had to have been picked up. Yeah, he got picked up by Boston. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping maybe he had dropped to the AHL, but yeah, no, there's no way Matachuk would have dropped. Not his contract and ability and age and just overall, I'm shocked he was on waivers. Maybe I should have claimed him, but again, I like our defensive core the way it is. Had I known, obviously, that Miller was going to get that indefinite injury, I might have actually claimed him, but that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. So with that, we will continue the regular season here. Oh man, that did not go the way I expected it to. As we take a look at the schedule, you have a loss, a win, a loss. Actually, we had games? Yeah, we had games in September. 2 losses to start the season. And then you have actually 3 losses in a row. Then you have a win against Toronto, loss, win, win. So there's our first 2-game winning streak. And a loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, win. And then a loss. So only 2-game winning streaks so far this season. That is a less than ideal way to start out, for sure. Let's see what the standings are currently. We're currently 5th in the Metro. Ooh, that's not pretty. I thought we'd be doing much better to start out here. In goal, you have a 912 save percentage for Luukkonen. He's doing well. Schmid, you have been absolute garbage. 857 save percentage in 6 games played. I think it might be time to look for yet another backup goaltender because that is not ideal. On defense, you have 10 points for Fox, 6 for Dunn, 4 for Bachvist, 3 for Lundqvist and Väisänen, 2 for Girard, and none for Miller in 1 game played. Of course, he's got that indefinite injury. At forward, you have Ratcliffe with 16 points, 11 goals in 15 games played. Ryabkin, Nadeau, and Yeko all with 11. Kako with 9. Sadarian with 9. Where is Artamanov? Only 8 points in 15 games played. That's a bit unusual, especially after the year that he had last year. Yeah, not a pretty start to say the least. So let's take a look at the team stats and see where we're struggling, because we're bound to be struggling somewhere here. Yeah, goals for per game. Currently sitting 26th in the league with a 3.13, and then goals against per game we are currently 14th with a 3.33. Face-offs, we are 5th in the league with a 51.7. Power play, we are probably near the bottom, mid of the pack, 16th with a 20.8. And then penalty kill, we are 14th with a 79.5. So I think Schmid's got to go. That's pretty clear that 1-4-1 so far this season. Negative 826 goals saved above average and an 857 save percentage. Yeah, that's not pretty. We need to get somebody else for the backup. But Luukkonen's doing just fine. So if we could just fix that backup goaltender problem and then Nadeau and Artamonov get going, then we should be in a better spot. So I'm just going to hope that this slide is in part largely due, in fact, to the performance of Acura Schmid. So I might just shop him around now. Unfortunately, we're not really getting anyone interesting back in terms of players or in terms of other goaltenders. There is Nedeljkovic who was offered, but he's not exactly good either in terms of his stats. He had a 893 the last time he was in the NHL in 5 games played. So let's see if there's any goaltenders on the trade block right now. Boyko has never played in the NHL. I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt to give him a chance, but still, we're kind of in a win now situation, so I don't want to play around too much in finding a stable backup goaltender. Although unfortunately it looks like there are no other options, at least in terms of the players who are on the trade block. So maybe we give him a shot. Maybe we'll just see if we can get him very cheaply, just like a 6th, and the rights to Quentin D. I mean, that'll work. Yeah, I may as well see. May as well see if it works, because I definitely do not want to hold on to Schmid after the performances that he's had so far this season. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have accepted our offer of a 6th round pick and the rights to Quentin D in exchange for Talon Boyko, complete trade. So now we can get Schmid out of here, shop him, only picks, and we can get a 4th back, and we will send him to Buffalo. There we go. So Boyko, let's see what you can do. But I think that's going to wait for the next one, as we are already pretty far into this video and a lot's happened already. So we're going to end things off here. And the next one, we will go through hopefully the remainder of the year 6 simulation with your New York Rangers.